What's going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel, and yeah, you guessed it, happy Friday. We're here today for another episode of the Inner Sea region, a 5-minute tour, and pending any requests, oh, by the way, if you have any requests for this series or any of my series at all, feel free to drop them in the comments, we'll get right on them. We're going to round out Garund and make our way north. So today, we're talking about Katapesh. As always, this channel is supported by patronage, and as always, if you'd like to see this channel do more, bigger, better things with better equipment, the easiest way to make that happen is through patronage. If you might be interested in helping us out, the link is, as always, in the description. If nothing else, be sure to click that like button, be sure to click that subscribe button, it means the world to us. Speaking of it meaning the world to us, this episode of the Inner Sea region, a 5-minute tour, was brought to you by Joseph Harvilla. Joe, as always, thank you for your time. Thank you for your friendship. Joe, actually, in a campaign that we are currently sharing every Friday, has been to Katapesh. And it was fun to watch the GM's interpretation of what would go on there as my paladins hanging out in Last Wall, but that's a story for another time. Let's get to it. Katapesh is a nation of trade. It sells all conceivable goods, no matter how mundane or bizarre. There's a pun in there somewhere. Traders converge on this nation's bazaar, oh okay, there's the pun, from around the world, even across the plains. In 3250 AR, Katapesh broke free from Assyrian rule and became an independent nation. The Pact Masters who now rule Katapesh arrived out of nowhere in 3725 AR, took over the city of Katapesh, and established a powerful nation with economic ties throughout the Inner Sea. These Pact Masters, who stand 7 feet tall and are covered in layered robes to hide their bodies that seem unnaturally thin, and wear a mask made of gold, silver, or some other precious metal, are a complete mystery. No one can say for sure what they look like under their masks and robes, or even if they look like anything else on Galarion. They form a ruling council that imposes few laws on Katapesh, allowing an almost anarchic state of free trade. The Pact Masters use golem-like alums to keep the peace and enforce the laws. Present-day Pax broker Hashim ibn Said serves the Pact Masters as the day-to-day government manager. Katapesh encompasses many different climate types and lands. To the north, the Brazen Peaks block the way to Assyrion. Mountain passages offer travel north, but because of the ferocious Gnolls that live in the Brazen Peaks, most travelers prefer to reach Assyrion by ship. South of these mountains, warm green savannas stretch for miles, and only tall trees offer moderate shade. Around a few hot spots where there are underground heat vents, what little water there is turns murky and sulfurous and fosters small jungles. If you head farther south still, the plains dry up into arid stretches of desert. This area is considered to be the breadbasket of Katapesh, from which its citizens' livelihoods spring. It's from here that the farmers use the bulbous, spiny cacti to produce pesh, a pleasantly euphoric, mildly addictive drug. To the west, the deserts shift to rocky flatland that rises to become the Barrier Wall Mountains, and the eastern jagged coastline of Katapesh along the Obari Ocean create numerous natural harbors for ships. The satellite island in the Obari Ocean holds the second most important city in the nation of Katapesh, Kano. Most settlements and inland trade routes are around the edge of Katapesh, and Katapesh is by far the biggest city in the region. Maybe, that's why the region has its name. Katapesh is also unique in the fact that this is probably the richest city on Galarion. As of the Dark Markets guide that came out a long time ago, so long ago that the monsters in the bestiary entry have spot and listen checks, this is how much gold is available in assets in Katapesh. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Katapesh is also the home in Pathfinder of the Gnolls, that race that we covered a long time ago, which you can see right here, that doesn't have nearly as much going for it as you would imagine a race that's come so far would, and they're particularly savage. The Gnolls consider Katapesh their birthplace, and they attack settlements and raid caravans not only for the joy of the kill and the profit it brings, but because, again, they see Katapesh as their homeland. Hundreds of Gnolls make their homes in the mountains, most notably in White Canyon and Pale Mountain. In addition to these settlements, dozens of smaller Gnoll encampments dot the Barrier Wall Mountains and the Brazen Peaks. Bands of Gnoll nomads roam the plains and deserts in search of prey, and despite their ferocity, Katapeshi Gnolls possess their own unique culture and occasionally enter cities peacefully, if for no other reason than to sell slaves. Slavery is in fact alive and well in Katapesh, and slavery probably draws a sizable portion of the nation's income. So if you need an adventure hook to come down here, other than a place that you know is going to have everything your players want to buy, and they can teleport here and buy their stuff and then teleport back to the main quest, have them come and free some slaves, have them come and fight some gnolls, have them come and unmask the identity of the Packmasters. Because nothing's better than an alien presence on Galarion, hiding, moving amongst the people, and in general being super creepy. Yeah, let's take that mask off. Like all places on Galarion, Katapesh does have a real world equivalent, and Katapesh blatantly is parts of Africa that aren't occupied by jungles. We've got savannas, we've got essentially the Sahara, we've got a city sitting on the coast that's super rich. Of course, the Arabic influences are there as well, but during this point in history, the Arabic influences had moved through Africa, so it's only logical we'd see them here in Katapesh too. So have you guys ever adventured to Katapesh? Have you ever GM'd in Katapesh? What kinds of things did you come across here? If you got anything to add, tell me all about it in the comments below, and we'll keep the conversation going. As always, again, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. The next episode of the Inner Sea region of 5 Minute Tour drops next Friday.